You say goodbye, lock the door, and head out, confident your dog is safe and sound. In your mind, you see a happy companion, waiting patiently. But what if that's not the reality? What if, for your dog, the click of that lock isn't a promise of your return, but the start of a full-blown panic attack? You think you're leaving your best friend in a safe, happy home, but you're about to see the terrifying ordeal he might actually be going through. This isn't just a case of the blues. It's a condition called separation anxiety, a genuine behavioral disorder that can feel like a panic attack for your dog. Studies suggest it affects a huge portion of the dog population. Some estimate as high as 14–20% of dogs may suffer from it. The signs aren't always what you'd expect, but the distress is very real. In this video, we'll uncover the hidden triggers causing this panic, explore the deep-seated fears behind it, and most importantly, show you the path to finally bringing your dog and yourself some much-needed peace. So, what exactly is separation anxiety? It's way more than a little whining when you leave. It's a clinical disorder marked by severe distress when a dog is separated from their person. And the fallout? It can be devastating for everyone. For you, it's a ton of stress, worrying, and the financial gut punch of property damage. You might come home to splintered door frames, an eviscerated sofa, or your favorite shoes chewed into abstract art. Maybe you're getting angry calls from neighbors about non-stop barking. It's frustrating, and it can make you feel totally helpless. But for the dog, it's 1,000 times worse. That destructive behavior isn't your dog being spiteful. It's a desperate symptom of their inner turmoil. We see common signs like relentless barking and howling, or a perfectly house-trained dog having accidents. Many dogs get frantic, trying to escape by chewing and scratching at doors and windows, sometimes injuring themselves in the process. Others will pace in circles, pant heavily, drool, or tremble uncontrollably, and sometimes it starts before you even walk out the door. To know for sure if your dog is suffering, you have to see what happens when you're gone. Setting up a simple camera is the single best way to tell the difference between true anxiety and plain old boredom. A bored dog might get into a little mischief, then settle down. A dog with separation anxiety often becomes distressed within minutes of you leaving, and that panic can last for hours. This isn't bad behavior. It's a cry for help. And it's not your fault. But to fix it, we have to understand where it's coming from. So, what causes this overwhelming fear? There's no single answer. It's usually a tangled mix of genetics, past trauma, and even day-to-day routines. Let's pull back the curtain on the 3 main triggers that could be fueling your dog's panic. To make this real, let's imagine a dog named Max. Max is a 2-year-old rescue, and for the first year in his new home, everything was perfect. But when his family's work-from-home days ended, Max's world turned upside down. Hidden trigger has shown. Major life changes and stressors. Just like us, dogs can be completely thrown off by sudden changes in their routine or environment. For a dog like Max, going from 24/7 companionship to being alone for 8 hours a day is a massive shock. This is one of the most common triggers. Other big life changes can do it too. Moving to a new house, the arrival of a new baby, or the loss of a family member or another pet can all spark this fear. Even a scary event that happened while the dog was alone, like a smoke alarm or a thunderstorm, can create a lasting phobia of being by themselves. Dogs from shelters, who have already gone through the trauma of losing a family, are especially vulnerable. Hidden trigger #2. A predisposition to anxiety. Sometimes, a tendency for anxiety is literally in a dog's DNA. Certain breeds might have a genetic leaning towards anxiety, especially those bred for generations to be close companions. But beyond the breed, a dog's individual genetics play a huge part. A puppy with an anxious mother or one who faced stress in the womb may be more likely to develop anxiety. On top of that, if a puppy isn't properly socialized and taught how to be alone in small, positive ways, being left as an adult can feel unnatural and terrifying. For our guy Max, his early history is a mystery which is common for rescues. He could be genetically wired for anxiety, or maybe he just never learned how to be independent. This vulnerability, mixed with the abrupt change in his life, created the perfect storm. Hidden trigger, #3, hyper-attachment, and owner interactions. This one can be a tough pill to swallow, but sometimes our own behavior can accidentally fuel our dog's anxiety. If you have a Velcro dog who follows you everywhere, needs constant contact, and gets worked up just seeing you grab your keys, they're a prime candidate for separation anxiety. This hyper-attachment means their entire sense of safety is wrapped up in you being there. We often reinforce this without even thinking about it, making a huge emotional fuss when we leave and come home. Long goodbyes, over-the-top greetings cranks up the drama of our departures. It frames your absence as a major, emotionally charged event. While it comes from love, it can teach your dog that your arrivals and departures are the most intense moments of their day, making the time in between feel unbearable. In fact, some modern behavioral thinking suggests that separation anxiety isn't just a diagnosis, but can also be a symptom of underlying frustrations tied to the dog's temperament and relationship with its owner. Now that we understand the why, how do we bring our dogs some peace? The goal is to change their entire emotional response to being alone, from panic to tolerance, and finally, to comfort. This takes patience and consistency, but it is absolutely possible. And just to be clear, punishment is never the answer. It will only make your dog more scared and anxious. Here is your 3-step path to a calmer, more confident dog. Step 1. Desensitize your dog to departure cues. For an anxious dog, your morning routine is a series of blaring alarms, keys jingling, shoes going on, coat coming off the hook. These are all signs they're about to be abandoned. Our first job is to make these signals totally meaningless. Here's a simple but powerful exercise. Throughout the day, when you have zero plans to leave, practice those departure cues. Pick up your keys, then go sit on the couch. Put your coat on, then walk to the kitchen for a drink. Grab your bag, then put it right back. Do this over and over, randomly, until your dog stops seeing these actions as a guarantee that you're leaving. You're basically teaching them, this stuff used to mean you were leaving, but now it means nothing. This diffuses the anxiety that builds up long before you even touch the doorknob. Step 2. Master systematic desensitization and counter-conditioning. This is the heart of the treatment. The goal is to get your dog comfortable with your absence in tiny, manageable steps that don't trigger their fear. This is called systematic desensitization. You'll pair this with counter-conditioning, which means creating a new positive feeling about being alone. Start ridiculously small. Your first absence might be stepping out the door, closing it, and immediately coming back in before your dog can panic. We're talking 1 second. Next time, maybe it's 3 seconds. Then 5. The key is to use a camera to watch your dog's body language. If you see signs of stress, you've gone too far, too fast. Back up in your next session to a length of time where they were totally relaxed. As you practice, you'll use counter-conditioning. Just before you step out, give your dog a super high-value, long-lasting treat that they only get during this training. This could be a puzzle toy stuffed with their favorite food or a special chew. The goal is for your dog to learn that you leaving is what makes this amazing thing appear. When you return, even after just a few seconds, be calm. Take the special toy away until the next session. This process is slow, often taking weeks or months. But by gradually increasing the time while keeping your dog below their anxiety threshold, you're rewiring their brain to see that being alone is safe, and maybe even a little awesome. Step 3. Build independence and create a safe haven. While you work on the departure training, you also need to encourage independence in your everyday life. Reward your dog for choosing to chill on their bed across the room instead of being glued to your feet. Practice stay exercises, gradually increasing the distance between you. Create a safe haven, a spot in the house where your dog feels secure. This could be a comfy bed in a quiet room, maybe with some white noise or calming classical music. Offer engaging puzzle toys and chews in this area to keep their mind busy. This teaches your dog that they can entertain themselves without you. For many dogs, a crate can feel like a safe den. But for others, being confined can make panic much worse. So it's critical to see what your individual dog prefers. This is a journey, and you don't have to walk it alone. If you're finding this helpful and want more science-backed insights into your dog's behavior, hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you don't miss what's next. We're here to help you build an even stronger, happier bond with your dog. And now for that bonus tip. Right before you leave, avoid tiring your dog out with a frantic game of fetch. While daily exercise is crucial, a last-minute high-energy burst can leave a dog physically tired but mentally wired and anxious. Instead, aim for a calm, structured walk about an hour before you go. Then, 15 minutes before you leave, give them a calm enrichment activity, like a lick mat or a snuffle mat. This focuses their brain on a soothing task and helps set a calm, relaxed tone for your departure. Helping a dog overcome separation anxiety is a testament to patience and understanding. This isn't about fixing a bad behavior. It's about recognizing real fear and methodically replacing it with confidence. We've learned that separation anxiety is a panic disorder, often triggered by life changes, a dog's personal history, and even our own loving habits. The path to peace isn't a quick fix. It's a multi-step approach built on making your leaving routine no big deal, slowly teaching your dog that being alone is safe through counter-conditioning, and building their independence. For severe cases, remember that this training plan is often most successful when you partner with your veterinarian. They can prescribe anti-anxiety medication that can lower your dog's panic just enough to let the training sink in. The road might feel long, but every tiny victory, every extra second your dog rests peacefully, every time you pick up your keys without a reaction, is a huge win. Imagine coming home not to destruction and distress, but to a calm, relaxed dog who's happy to see you, but secure in themselves. That reality is within your reach. You have the tools to understand their fear and the power to help them overcome it.